Dear students, the last class explained you about the archaeological sources, coins, excavation. I hope everybody understood that one. So today I am going to explain you about the inscriptions, monuments and other ruins. First I will explain you about the inscriptions. What is inscriptions? Inscriptions means engraved writing. What is inscription? Inscription means engraved writing. What is engraved? Text or design on the surface of the hard object. Repeat again. What is a engraved writing means? Text or design on the surface of the hard object, which is written on the hard object. What are the hard objects? We can take the examples as stone, rocks, metal, ivory. Ivory means this is the trunk of a elephant, terracotta, other materials that last longer. And again, I'll explain, children, what is inscription. Inscription means engraved writing. What is the meaning of engraved writing? Text or design on the surface of the hard object. What are the hard objects? Stone, rocks, metals, ivory, terracotta and other some of the materials that exist to the last longer period is considered as inscriptions. Inscriptions are more reliable to write the history. Which is more reliable to write the history? Inscription is more reliable to write the history. Why? Because what is the meaning of reliable? Able to be trusted. Reliable means able to be trusted. You can observe, children. So now some of the examples, if you take in the examples, whether we don't know whether it is a true or a fake, we don't know because somebody has written this one. So because of that we cannot find that what is a truth or a fake. But inscriptions we can, it is reliable, it is a truth. Why? Because it is written, the stone slabs and the pillars and if you observe, it is written in the previous timings, means that when the kingdoms was there, that particular time only the assistants of the kings has written on that. So that is the reason it is a truth. We can agree, we can trust that inscription. So Ashoka's inscription, you can find the picture, children. Ashoka's inscription is a earlier inscription which is found in the India. So Brahmi inscription, it was in the Brahmi writing, Brahmi inscription. So inscriptions are written in the different languages like Prakrit, Telugu, Hindi, Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam. In a different languages the inscription is written. You can take the example of Samudragupta's Allahabad pillar. Some of the examples I am showing here, children. So also you can find Chola's kingdom, some of the inscription you can find here. With help of this inscription, we can find the administration, economic situation, how the technology was there, everything we can find with the help of inscriptions. So Halmidi inscriptions, you can find, children, Halmidi inscription is the Kannada's first inscription. Which is the first Kannada inscription means Halmidi inscription was the first Kannada inscription which we have found. I hope the inscription was understood, children. This is very simple. Inscriptions means the engraved writing. What is the meaning of engraved? Text or design on the surface of the hard object is called as a inscription. Is engraved. That is a engraved writing. So which is reliable to write the history? Inscriptions are more reliable to write the history. I gave some of the examples also regarding the inscriptions. So I hope you understood the inscriptions. Coins already have uploaded the video. You can watch again, children. So now I am going to explain you about the monuments. Monuments are the major sources to write history. Even a monuments also the major sources to write the history. Palaces, temples, forts, pillars are the biggest examples of a monument. These are all called as a monuments. Mehruli's iron pillar, you can see observe the pictures, children. Mehruli's iron pillar, Vijayapura's whispering gold gumbas are the evidence of the maturity of the science and technology in that particular period. In which period, children? That particular period dynasty, which are the kingdoms was there, according to their what do you say, the science and technology, how they have built the temples, how they have built the monuments, we can find with the help of these particular monuments. For example, Shah Jahan's Taj Mahal, which say the story of a love. Chetu's Vijaya Stamba, you can find that, which shows the victory of that particular kingdom. Aihole, Pattadakallu, which are the biggest examples that the evolution of Indian temples architectures. You can find, children, the one of the Basaveshwaras. So that is Kudala Sangama. You can find that so beautiful, that Kudala Sangama monument, it's there. So like this, the science was developed in that particular period itself. We can find with the help of a monument. I hope you understood the monument, children. So monuments is one of the major sources of writing history. With the help, what are the monuments? Palaces, temples, forts, pillars. These are all called as a monuments. So monuments throw light on them. It shows the light on them. That particular period is showing about that particular periods. Contemporary religious aspects. Contemporary religious aspects. Contemporary means living or occurring on the same period. The people who are staying in that particular period. Religious aspect. Religious aspect means each and every aspect of a human life and a human society, they are influenced by the religion. Means contemporary religious aspect in that particular period, the kingdom, so which religions they were influenced by the which religion also we can find with the help of a monument. Or also technology, what are the technology they were using, which type of technology they were using also we can find with the help of a monuments. And economic growth, so what are the products, so the goods they were producing, so how much sale was there, so financially how the kingdom was there, and also how the growth of the kingdom, everything we can find with the help of a monuments. And scientific technology and the creativity achieved. Scientific technology, what are I just now I said, gave some of the example also regarding the scientific knowledge, and also some of the creativity. Creativity means a new idea, different ideas. So what are the different, if you observe the one monument from one monument, another monument, lot of difference is there. One kingdom has a different idea, another king has a different idea. So that is the creativity achieved. What are the creativity achieved also we can find with the help of monuments. I hope you understood, children. The monuments throw light on then contemporary religious aspect, technology, economic growth, and scientific knowledge and creativity achieved in that particular kingdom we can find with the help of a monument. And the last is about the other ruins. Other ruins means based on the various pieces of terracotta, bangles. So then you can see the seal. Seal means mudregalu. We say in Kannada mudregalu. The seal procured during the examination, one can understand the socio-cultural, economic, political and religious life of the people. With the help of when they are doing excavation, so what are the products? For example, they have got a bangles. So they have got some of the pieces of terracotta. So whatever they have got, so if they test that one, so they can find that how the economic system was there, how the political system was there, everything we can find with the help of other ruins. Not only that, the food habits. So what were the food habits of that particular period, or also pattern of business, what business they were doing in that particular period, everything we can find with the help of other ruins. The carbon 14, applying the carbon 14 dating procedure on the biological ruins. Biological ruins means that is you can see the dead animals, birds and the plants and the trees. So upon that, applying the biological 14 dating, we can find the, so what is the, when it was exist also we can find with the help of the biological 14. So these are the main sources, archaeological sources. We can archaeological sources. What are the main archaeological sources, children? The four main archaeological sources is there. One is the inscriptions, coins, monuments and the ruins. So I have explained all. So inscription means nothing but inscription means engraved writing. Coin is a small particle. With the help of that one we can find the technology. So metal technology, everything we can find with the help of the coins. Monuments, from the help of the monuments we can find the monuments throw light on than contemporary religion aspect, technology, economic growth, scientific knowledge and the creativity achieved. And with the help of a ruins also we can find with the, whatever the particles after excavation, whatever we have got, with the help of that one we can find the period, which period, how they were doing, so how, what are the business was taking place, so what are the food habits, everything we can find with the help of ruins. I hope all the students you have understood the part of sources. In the sources you have learnt about the common meaning of sources, how the historians write the history, so what is the sources according to the historians, so what are the different types of sources, so writing, oral, so in the writing which are the things are there, so the foreign literature and the Indian literature, oral literature you have learned, and also archaeological sources, the 4 archaeological sources are there. In that excavation you have learned the 4 archaeological sources, inscriptions, coins, monuments and the other ruins. I have explained all the things in the video. So any doubts regarding this particular, any topics you can ask me, so I can clear it. Any doubts again want me to do any other videos regarding that, you can ask in the WhatsApp children. So thank you.